All right, well, good day. Today is March 23rd, and I'm doing this is the seventh grade lesson number 12 from Unit 5, Rational Number Arithmetic. And so here this goes along with the Nearpod lesson for daily lesson number 1, week 27. So here we go. So first of all, make sure you put your name, date, and period at the top of your page, because we want to make sure you don't lose any points for that. Right there, that's 1 point. And then don't forget to put in the lesson number, title, and the focus statement. Let's work some numbers using our sign number sense. Actually, I should be working some word problems. Excuse me. Word problems using our sign number sense. And our vocabulary words for today are credit, charge, and deposit. And so make sure you can stop the video at this time and write those words down. Okay, you're back. So credit, represented by a negative number, amount you are owed from a business. And these are kind of from a business perspective. A charge is represented by a positive number, amount of money you owe to a business. And the deposit is a word you've had before, a positive amount of money added to your account. And I'll be using all these words today in the lesson, so I want to make sure you have them written down, because you'll also need these for the guided notes. All right, so here's our first problem. All right, and this is a, oopsie. Sorry about that. So here we have a utility company charges 12 cents per kilowatt hour for energy a customer uses. And I know that kilowatt hours can be reduced down to that acronym KWH. They give a credit of 25 cents for every kilowatt, or 25 thousandths of a cent for every kilowatt hour of electricity a customer with solar panel generates that they don't use themselves. So what do we have here? First of all, I like to underline important information. This is a charge, so that's a positive amount. And this is a credit, so this is a negative amount. And so what's happening here is that people sometimes have houses and they have solar panels on them that capture the sun's rays, and they generate electricity, and that they take and then sell. The lines come from the utility company to power our homes and charge our devices, for example. So usually it goes just one way from the power company to your home. But people with solar panels like this, they can generate energy, so it goes back to the power company, and they get a credit off their bill. So that's what we're solving for. A customer has a charge of $82, which would be a positive amount, and a credit of negative $4.10, which is a negative amount, for the money for the kilowatt hours that they did not use in their home for that month. So what is the amount due for this month? How many kilowatt hours did they use? And how many kilowatt hours did they generate that they didn't use themselves? So I broke this down into my next slide over here. And so we'll start here with this. Here we go. So number one. So what is the amount due this month? Well, I know that they have a charge of $82.04. So plus what? Well, they have this credit of negative $4.10. So that's negative $82.04, or positive $82.04 plus a negative $4.10. So I'm adding a positive and a negative. So I'm going to take my calculator out, and I'm going to use it here up in this corner. And what's neat about my calculator, and yours too, is that it has a plus minus button right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take $82.04 plus a negative $4.10, and I create a negative by pushing that button. And then so my final bill is going to be $77.94 for the month. That's how much they owe. All right. Number 2, how many kilowatt hours did they use? And notice I use words because this is a word problem, and I don't want you just writing down $77.94. I want to see what answering the question in words. How many kilowatt hours did they use? Now, to answer this one, we're going to go back to something we've already learned this year, and that's about rates. Remember, we can take the total number of dollars spent and then divide by the rate and get the quantity of whatever we're talking about. In this case, kilowatts per hour. So that'd be $82.04 divided by the rate of 12 cents per kilowatt hour. And what would we get? So I have $82.04 divided by kilowatt hours. And now we're talking, these are positive amounts now, because, and I'll show you that in the next question, but these are positive amounts. This is how much energy we used. So it was 683 and 7/10. So that's how much they used. How much did they use? They used about 684 kilowatt hours. So you could say about that much, or you can round up to the nearest tenth, or even the nearest hundredth. That's all okay. So now we have the third question. How many kilowatt hours did they generate that they did not use, that they did not use themselves? So they sold it back to the power company. Well, again, total dollars divided by the rate equals the number of kilowatt hours. So we have, now notice I did not use a negative here, because when you're talking about, here's where absolute value comes into play. And we've talked about absolute value is the distance from zero. So what is the distance from zero of a negative $4.10? Well, it's $4.10. So I use that because we're talking about how many kilowatt hours did they generate that they sold back to the power company. That would be a positive amount. So I take the $4.10 absolute value of that credit they have on their bill, divide it by the rate, 25 thousandths, and I gotta get my calculator back out here. Oh, I wasn't very smart. Move it up here. So $4.10 divided by 25 hundredths, they have 164 kilowatt hours of electricity that they sold back that they did not use, that they sold back to the power company. So they generated 164 kilowatt hours. So that's how much they sold. So again, use your words in answering word problems, watching your signs, and applying the rules we have. So let's go on to example number 2. So here we have Lynn's sister. Lynn's sister has a checking account. If the account balance ever falls below zero, the bank charges her a fee of $5.95 per day. That's money that she owes. So that would be a negative amount. Today, the balance in her account is negative $2.67. So she's already got a negative balance. And so let's see what are they solving for? Well, if on number 1 is saying if she does not make any deposits or withdrawals, she doesn't do anything to her account, what will be the balance in her account after 2 days? Okay. And then in 14 days, well, I'll come back to that in just a minute. So here we have, in this example, let's take a look at what our guided notes is going to say again. You take the beginning balance and add the fees. So the fees would represent, this is the number of days, this is the fees, and that's a negative amount, plus her beginning balance. I'll just put begin. And that's going to equal her ending balance, which is right here. So I take 5 times a negative 595, and I get $11.90 plus what? Plus this beginning balance of negative $2.67. And then I add that together because they're both negative. So I'll just take the negative side forward, and then I'll just be adding the values. And that's $11.90. Oops. $11.90 plus $2.67. That gives me a negative $14.57 after 2 days. This is after 2 days now. After 2 days. And again, I'm using that as my words to answer the problem. Now, in the second question, in 14 days, she will be paid $430. That's a positive. That's like a deposit because it says we'll deposit it, and that we got from our vocab for the day. If there are no other transactions besides this deposit and the daily fee, will Lynn continue to be charged $5.95 each day after this deposit is made? And also, will she have a negative balance? So let's take a look at that now. So again, we're going to take the number of days, multiply it times the fee, which is a negative $5.95, plus the beginning balance, plus the deposit. So I can do all that on my calculator. So follow along here. 14 days times $5.95 negative plus $2.67 negative plus the deposit of $430. So you can see right there in my calculator, everything I have down here, I've got right here. 14 times negative $5.95 plus negative $2.67 plus $430. Her ending balance will be a positive $344.03. So will she be charged? No. After this payment, no, she will not be. No. And will she still have a negative balance? No. So this is how we apply signed numbers and multiplying and adding and dividing in a word in word problems. So make sure you fill out your guided notes with these examples and let me know if you have any questions. Thank you.